Hi there, and welcome to Sports Center with Scott Van Pelt. I'm Steve Levy. They say bad things happen in threes. Well, they did today in Atlanta, Phoenix, and D.C., so Florida figured to be safe.
Except, Steve, for the fact that UConn and Kansas have both lost as #1 teams this year. Florida, college hoops #1 team now. For the moment, they welcomed Maryland tonight down there in Gainesville. Billy Donovan's welcoming the Maryland team that's unranked, but Maryland, as you see at the bottom of the screen, 8 upsets in their history against #1 ranked teams. You see UConn lost to a very good Georgia Tech team. Kansas lost to Stanford. Terps up 1. Matt Walsh, who got off to a horrible start, gets it kicked by Chris McCray. Speaking of McCray, give me all 3 of these. He had 2 buckets in the game. They were both triples. Maryland up 13 points later in the first. Terps up 14. Nick Caner-Medley with a miss. He had a huge game, 22 and 13. But Gary Williams, his team's got that history against #1 teams. He's talking about a great first half.
Well, we're keeping it pretty simple tonight, and we're executing pretty well. You know, we can go any time, so it's kind of like a time bomb, but we're playing really well. I'm really proud of them, the way they came in here and played good, tough defense, and that's allowed us to run some offense down the other end.
9 of Gary's top players are freshmen or sophomores. There's one of them, DJ Strawberry. That's Levitation Holmes after the pick. He had 2 steals, 2 buckets. Dad Darrell, Gary Sheffield there. They're loving it. Gary will talk a little later about what he's getting ready to do. Here come the Gators. Anthony Roberson, bang from 3. Gators making a comeback. Gary saying, hold on, boys. Then David Lee, a great kick out. Roberson again. He led the Gators in scoring in this one. Here comes Christian Dreyer. He goes baseline and a dunk. Gators only shot 31% in the ballgame, but they're on a monster comeback. They're down by 3. 30 seconds left in the game. Here come the Gators. Dreyer, the pass to Walsh, who's called for the charge. Maryland ball, 51 fouls called in this ballgame. Very tightly officiated game. Next Terps possession. Mike Grinnan put in the ballgame, and he's called for the travel. Florida would make a free throw, and we head into overtime. In OT, Gators up a deuce. Here comes Walsh, had a rough start, and missed his first 8. But this fella can play with a headband and all. He had 9. They're up 4. Now the Gators up just 1. Walsh down low. Terps played just monster defense late. Garrison with a block. 20 seconds left. Travis Garrison made 1 basket all night. It's that one. The Terps are up 1. Here we go. Less than 10 to go. Dreyer. Pass to Adrian Moss. I talked about that defense. Terps reject it. Woo! Billy Donovan talks about Florida's play late.
Our guys are not reading defense very well. I mean, Christian threw it to Adrian. Adrian didn't have an angle. All Adrian had to do was turn around and throw it right to the three-point line. There was no one guarding Roberson or Walsh because they were all inside the paint there.
As it is, a very young Maryland team and a very fired-up Gary Williams. Let's go to Bentley! College Park celebrates this victory. Maryland now trails only UCLA in terms of victories against #1 teams, and Gary Williams celebrates victory number 300 with the Terps. He becomes the 6th coach to reach that plateau with an ACC school. He's now 48 behind Charles Grice Drizel at Maryland. We used to just call him Lefty.